rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
And we're gonna come up with something, man. We gotta come up with something like the
I know.
NFC East boys. I don't know. Maybe something there, but we
We'll
gotta
figure
talk
it out.
about yeah. We gotta talk about this Boston situation. And I was driving past I was driving around the other day and I was like, man, whatever happened to Boston market? And then Joe was like, hey, let's talk about are we gonna take the Celtics versus the field? And I was like, well, technically the East is Boston's market.
Wow. What a
now
bar.
right after right after they just blown out the Warriors, they had everybody on the sideline looking like, man. And that's also why Teddy here early, because he had nothing but time. After you being up like 50 points, you could just travel all Sunday. You ain't got nothing but time. You knew the Warriors weren't coming back, and
Mhm.
Draymond calling people out. Another funny thing about refuse to lose. That's why we tell y'all to subscribe and listen to these shows. We just talked about, do the Warriors miss? Do they regret trading Jordan Poole?
Mhm.
And then boom, the Warriors looking like the Wizards out there. But that's another story for another day. With the way the East is shaping up and the way the West is shaping up,
Mhm.
who are you taking, the Celtics or the field to win the championship?
All
Joe?
right, Tomo. You know what's funny? You know, like anybody who watches the show, we made our picks on who gonna win the West, who gonna win the East, right? And I picked
Mm-hmm.
the West, picked the Clippers. In the East at the time, I picked the Celtics. But then when I picked them, it was more so like, like I mean, like who else am I pick? I mean, of course they're gonna win the East. They have nobody that's gonna challenge them really. And then remember the Miami Heat traded for Terry Rozier, and that was that one. And I was like, man, Miami Heat gonna get to the finals, all right? And then Tomo, I think the biggest X factor for the Celtics, I said this when Teddy was on, was that it's Tatum. All right. We know Tatum's a big X factor. Tatum is the one who didn't live up to expectations against the Warriors. Tatum is the one who didn't live up against expectations the first three games against Miami Heat, right? So going to this year, I wasn't really confident. And then, Tomo, I watched the Malika Andrews interview on ESPN. And I saw this interview before Teddy got on, but I wanted to wait until I was going to do a top five. I'm picking the Celtics. I'm picking the Celtics to win the whole thing this year. I think they're ready, man. I think this is the year. And this in that interview, right? I found out that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum worked out for the first time in their career this summer. First time they worked out together. That's that's major right there. First time they worked out this summer. She also asked Tatum, "Who's the best player in the world?" You know what he said? He said, "I feel like it's me." She said,
Okay.
"I asked you the same question last year, and you said Giannis. What's different?" And he was like, "Man, I respect those guys, but every time I step on the floor, I feel like I'm the best player." And I was like, "Yo, that's the confidence you need." And and I said this before. I think getting rid of Marcus Smart, it opened up the door for Tatum to be a vocal leader, not just a let me show you on the court leader, a vocal leader. And anything in life, Tomo, when you are in the leadership role and you're that vocal leader, you're held more accountable to live out to what you say. That's just
Fact.
how it is. People like, man, my leadership, I show it on the court or I show it on the field. That's true, but when you're speaking that, when you're telling everybody else to do something and you're not doing it, that's like, okay, bro, what's going on? So I think this is forcing him to be that leader, and I think they're ready. And here's some evidence that they're ready, and I'm gonna pass it to you. All right, the 2008 Celtics, Dave, shout out to Davey Schefter, all right, Doge, he posted this in the chat. The 2008 Celtics versus the 2024 Celtics in their first 60 games, not including the game when they blew out the Warriors, by the way, right? Yeah, they didn't even include that happened yesterday, right?
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
So this ain't even including that. All right. They both were 48 and 12. All right. '08 Celtics first in defensive rating. This year Celtics second in defensive rating. The '08 Celtics net rating plus 10.5. The net rating for the Celtics today plus 11.6. Right. The say it for me.
Point differential.
Differential. There you go. All
There you go.
right. Point differential. All right. '08 Celtics 10 points. Um, this year Celtics 11.4. The 2024 Celtics have the 4th best net rating and 5th best point differential in NBA history. So I think this year, man, they're ready.
I mean, the interview alone says a lot. There you go. You've been teammates, and it also kind of opened up a window to where everyone was saying about they don't like each other. Not saying they really don't like each other, but they play like they don't like each other. And as you can see with one of these logos, I dealt with that situation before where you got a point guard and a shooting guard who everyone was like, are they really friends? But the way they play on the court at times make it seem like they're not friends. Tatum stepping up and saying, one, I want to be the face of the league. One, I am the best player in the league right now, says a lot. Maybe he was talking to LeBron over the weekend, you know, when LeBron was trying to clean up his Bronny statements about saying, why y'all pressing my son to come to the league? So maybe he talked to Tatum a little bit and say, hey, man, if you get to the lane, nobody can stop you. You got the shot. You got the teammates. Boom. Your coach is doing well. You seen the clip about Joe Mazzulla. I told y'all what Kentucky and them said about Joe. But J-Mo, you added to it. Porzingis, that opened up another lane to somebody who can get you 20. Like Marcus Smart was that grit player. He was a leader, and he also was that guy that would go out there and like go get a foul here and there. But when it's come down to nitty gritty, and both Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum couldn't score, Smart wasn't gonna get you 20 the way Porzingis can get you 20. Porzingis can get you 20 with some blocks. He's just a difference maker. So that right there opened up the floor a little bit more. Drew Holiday with his defense coming from a team where it's nothing but, well, I wouldn't say nothing but defense because we see what the Bucks going through right now, but coming from a team where he played with one of the best players in the world, that also probably is what helped change his mind too. Drew Holiday came over there and was like, I seen how Giannis worked, and I seen how you work. I think you better. That probably was like, oh, battery in the back. I wouldn't say Smart is overrated, but he probably is overrated towards the media. But at the end of the day, everything you said, Joe, is right about the Celtics. One thing I'm not going to agree with you with is them. I'm taking the field. I'm sorry. Words say a lot. And again, with these logos in the background, you already know what team I'm going to allude to. You can tell me all you want about how you want to win a championship or how you going to get there and play different. But until I see it, I can't just jump on the bandwagon no more. I'm sorry. It's happened too many times. And a famous quote is killer be captured, and my quarterback don't kill anything when it comes to the playoffs. So hey, Tatum, I want y'all to win it all. I'm rooting for y'all to win it all, but I got to take the field because you still got the Nuggets. You think they're gonna be better than the Nuggets when it comes to the finals? I mean, I can see them taking the Timberwolves or maybe OKC or maybe who else we got out here? Probably the Clippers. That might be a tougher one, but you still got to look at the field. The Nuggets are balling right now. Boston, out of the last 11 games, you know, they've been outscoring, been winning by an average of 22 points. That says a lot about where this team has gone since the All-Star break. And the 250-point wins, come on now. They doing their thing. But I need to see it in the actual playoffs. Sorry. Teddy, you as a Boston fan, you know it. This regular season and how y'all killing people at home is cool, but I seen that before. When they're at home,
understand. I'm not mad at that. You know, I mean, like I said, they got to prove it.
Sorry, it's 350-point wins. My bad. I'm sorry. Correct.
And then the regular season for real, like the regular season is not going to tell the story for the playoff, like you said, right? The good thing about the regular season and them having this great regular season. It's after they had these new additions, how they click so fast. You know what I mean? How they fit right into the mix. Yeah, how they fit right into the mix. Like Porzingis is perfectly fit in the lineup. So is Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday being a versatile guard. And you talk about JB, how you said that people feel like they didn't like each other. Tatum he initiated it too. He decided to work out with JB for the first time after JB get the master contract. So it wasn't no like jealousy or like no like hatred and like that. It was more so like, come on. And then remember he came out and said, I want a report. He didn't come out. The report came out and said this. He didn't go in the mic and say, yeah. A report came out and said that he wanted Jaylen Brown to win MVP the All-Star game. Remember? They came out. Yeah. So that just shows like, okay, this dude about the team. So You know, like, listen, if they upset me again, it is what it is. Ain't my team. But I feel like this year is different for the Celtics because that vocal leader is now in Jason Tatum. He's stepping up to be that vocal leader. And last thing he said was in that interview, we got guys who know their role and know their timing in the NBA. They know their timing. You got guys like Drew Holiday, you know. You got guys like Porzingis, who's been hanging around the league for a while, never really competed for a championship. And then he also him and Jaylen Brown just got better, you know, and Derek White. They always just got better. So and you see it. And Mazzulla got better as a coach.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got to add to
So
that too.
so we'll see. Playoff time. That's some money time.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna be very, very interesting. Like Boston, like I said, y'all see the title. It's Boston's market. Like it's up to them to win or lose. But that will be interesting to see Joe live from the parade.
You know what? If y'all win, Teddy, I'm going with you, bro. I'm going with you. I ain't wearing no Celtics jersey though. You know, right now.
I just want y'all to know now on Refuse to Lose, that will be a members only content because there will be a lot of curse words in that one.
Teddy gonna
He's gonna be turned up.
Well, remember what happened last time he was turned up in the chat. I mean, Teddy was at another level.
Man. Well, let's tell them about some of these shows we got on the network, Joe.
Let's get it. All right. So speaking of Teddy, we have multiple shows, y'all. Refuse to Lose a network. It's not a show. I mean, it is, but it's a network. All right. So first show we got is BWT Baseball with Teddy. All your baseball content goes through Baseball with Teddy. All right. His last episode.